So Peter, thanks very much for joining us at OGV Energy. You are the Non-Executive Director of ANGARA Industries. You're here at ADIPEC because you've developed some new technology based on hydrogen peroxide, which does some, lowers carbon dioxide for heat exchangers. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, the technology is brilliant because it not only improves efficiency in heat exchangers and can improve profitability in the industry, and we're focusing on the oil and gas sector at the moment, but also it reduces CO2 emissions. So just to give you some overall figures, in the oil sector there are over 700 plus refineries. $25 billion a year is lost through inefficient usage in that sector. And CO2 emissions are about 2.5% just from heat exchangers, global CO2 emissions. We can save $15 billion a year in that sector, and we can cut CO2 emissions in half. So our message is it's good for business, good for industry. You increase efficiency, you reduce costs, and you save the planet. What can be better than that?
Sounds amazing. Obviously jumping on the zeitgeist that's going on at the moment. So if I'm the owner of a refinery, what kind of percentage reduction is that going to give me overall?
About 50%. We can up to 50% savings.
Up to 50% lower carbon dioxide emissions.
Well, yes, that's right. That's right. Up to 50%. So you can reduce the CO2 emissions in half, and you can also reduce the costs by about the same level. So
what is your secret?
Win-win.
What is your secret? So what is the patent?
Well, the cleaning technology is based on a hydrogen peroxide solution, but it's not just that. It's not just the solution which you can use, which there can be various cleaning materials. But by using hydrogen peroxide, you don't actually have to have so much downtime with these heat exchangers. So they can be used for longer periods. This smart cleaning recipe can be used on the equipment without dismantling it. So you save time, you make those heat exchangers a lot more efficient to run a lot longer, and you don't have so many emissions because you keep the machinery cleaner over a longer period. And we link both our smart recipe and our cognitive cleaning concept, as we call it, with big data to make sure that it's the most efficient use of the equipment in the sector.
So that sounds really, really interesting. So you're the offices that you've got an office in Russia and an office over here in Bahrain, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We're a UK registered company, but the technology was developed and commercialized in Russia, but now we're going global. So we've relocated our headquarters to Bahrain to particularly target the Middle East market, but we already have interest in our products in Thailand and in India, and as I said, we're going to go global, but we're using Bahrain as the base to achieve that.
Fantastic, and you presumably can apply this to other sectors.
Yes, you can. And I just wanted to say as well, I mean, we recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Saudi Aramco, so that shows how serious this technology is being taken. But we also see that there are other uses. I mean, for example, for submersible pumps, it can be used in the digital sphere as well. So we're looking at upstream and downstream. So the world is our oyster, really. I mean, and we're looking at the sort of losses from heat exchangers globally of around about $136 billion. Now, I told you from just the oil sector alone, we can reduce CO2 emissions by a half, from 2.5%. Think of the global picture, we're talking about an even bigger reduction in CO2 emissions, an even bigger savings in costs, increased profitability for business. This is really an outstanding opportunity, and we're very pleased to be here in ADIPEC to promote it, and we've moved our headquarters to Bahrain to show our commitment to the region.
Sounds absolutely fantastic. Sounds like you're ticking all of the boxes, and we wish you every success. Obviously it's good for everybody, very good for the planet.
Thanks very much, Daniel.